Brought to you by the Slob Farrell Productions. Comes the story of Conor Shock. Guys wanted to be him, girls wanted to change him.
I was out with Conor once in the Stores nightclub. Mental fucking spot for the birds. Mental spot for the pints. Anyway, I was out with Conor and he went over to this gang of women and he says to them, "Hi, anyone here want to shift me in the group?" So the women said, one of them said, "I'll shift you." I think she was from fucking Longford, but she was stacked up on top, but she'd awful skinny legs. Conor didn't seem to mind, and I didn't mind. So I went over to the other two women, started shifting them. Hands were going all over the place, and now one of them's pregnant with my child, and Conor's the fucking stepfather. What can you do?
I'll tell you a little trick about women, lads. There's nothing fancy about the women of Wexford. What you want is an old bag of chips. You sit down beside the one, you go, and the chipper, you don't know her, you start talking some shy about Sex and the City or X Factor or something. You go, "You want an old chip?" And she reaches in and takes the one, you're alright, she's a keeper. If she takes the handful, get rid of her.
Shocko says plenty of aftershave. 3 or 4 different types of aftershave are on different parts of the body. And wise man once told me, actually, in behind the ears, plenty of it in there. Because when you go in and talk to a girl, you know, she'd be talking back to you, and you'd be ha 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 ha, she's getting a nice scent. Wise man, the man who told me that, good one, Gary laughing.
Things to show him you're a nice guy. Way to do it. You know, there's a number of ways. Whatever you do, don't be yourself. Trickery. Trickery is always good. Always a fan of trickery.
And don't be buying any of that fucking fake stuff. That fucking young lad came around there, cowman, selling dupe. Fucking €10. The only one was fucking duped was me. It smells like cat piss.
I was there the other night in Bergamac, flying it with a woman. She wasn't even crying or anything. Had her in the corner. Went over to your man, Mr. Chippy, put us on 2 pieces of cod, wine and diner. Treat her classy. All the boys were gathered around kind of going, "What are you going to say next, Shocko? What are you going to say next?" And I was there to your face is unreal. Your body, well, couldn't really get a look at the body. Hard to know women nowadays, they're wearing tight clothes, they fool you. You get her on home, and she's like an old cake, you open it up, and she falls to pieces. I feel like throwing it in the fucking bin.
And this is for the women. If you're trying to romance Shocko, they say the way to a man's heart is through his stomach, and every man appreciates a bit of cooking. But this, you buy a man a couple of pints, sure, we'll do whatever the fuck you want. Are you nervous about going down to Glynn now, Shocko?
I'm a bit. The old saying goes, safest place you could be against a Glynn man, the likes of them Doyles, is out in the Hurleyfield. I'm sure I was down there in the beer with Munkus and Tom Rossiter there a while ago on Declan's. There's a lad going around the place now, he's the head of Joseph Fritzl. We're calling him the Clem Doyle, but I have Jim Farrell on his case. Jim will get him.
That sausage fella's onto me. He's a few slates short of a roof.
And just remember, girls, I'm good at 3 things. Drinking beer, fighting and shifting. I've done one of these things tonight. What's the other one going to be?